Hey guys, in today's video, we are checking out probably the cheapest in-ear monitor system that I've seen on Amazon. This is a wireless portable in-ear monitor system by Kimafun. I think I'm pronouncing that right. This is a very portable in-ear monitor system. Comes with earbuds, comes with a carrying case, comes with all the cables that you need. I've been gigging with it over the last couple of weeks, trying it out. Highly impressed with it, especially at the price. It's a great system. But of course, anything, this inexpensive has its limitations. So I'm going to go over the system setup specs, my experience with it, pros and cons and stuff like that, and see if this is a system that you might be interested in. But overall, spoiler alert, it's actually a really cool system. It's amazing how much you get for such a cheap price. I want to thank Kimafun for sending me this to check out. It's not a paid video. They just sent it to me to check out. However, they did send me 2 of them. One of them I'm keeping because I like the system and I'm going to continue to use it. However, this one is going to be a giveaway to one of my subscribers, so I will be telling you how to do that during this video. And don't forget to subscribe because the giveaway is only for subscribers. So before we get started, I post videos like this all the time, stuff on wireless, in-ear monitors, gear reviews, finding cheap stuff for musicians on Amazon, stuff like that. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell to be notified when I put out new videos. And hitting the like button is a free way to support the channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ScottYuleMusic. And again, don't forget to subscribe if you do want to win this one. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what's included in the box? So first of all, it has this really nice carrying case, which is great. It zips up and it holds everything that you need. It comes with the earbuds. For something so inexpensive, it's really rare for it to come with a set of earbuds. Really nice padding that protects everything in here. And it comes with the sleeve that you can leave a bunch of cables and stuff. Very well designed, very cool. All right, so you do get a lot of stuff in here. So you do get a manual in case if you do need to use this. So you have your transmitter and your receiver. So the black one here, this is the transmitter. This is what plugs into your mixer wherever you're trying to get the signal from. It is 3.5 millimeter, but I'm going to address that here in a second. And this is the receiver that lives on you, and it comes with, a way to clip that onto your belt, which is really nice. It comes with earbuds, which again, a lot of the cheaper ones don't even include these, but these are actually pretty nice earbuds actually, and I love the fact that they are the ones that go over your ear. They actually go over your ear and they keep it from falling out. They do have removable tips so that you can change it so that you can take the tip off of this and put it with a different size so that it fits your ear better. It comes with this nice little clip as well for whatever you need to do, if you need to wrap it up or if you need to hold it to something to keep it from, like pulling when you turn your head or something like that. It's also included is they give you 2 adapters to go from 3.5 millimeter into 1/4 inch, which is really nice. And they give you the options of either a stereo one or a mono one, which is really smart that they've included that. It also does come with a 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch cable as well. And again, that also comes off. You can also use this just 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. And they all come with the protective cases over the tips, which is really nice. They also have this, which is another way to extend the headphones if you need to. So you can either plug this into the transmitter and get it to extend out a little bit like that, or you could plug it in to the receiver, which lives on you, and then you get a little bit more of an extension from the headphones. It's not much, but again, you have that option if you need it. And last but not least, you have this double charging cable. It is USB-C, which I'm so glad that companies are switching over to USB-C. I wish just everyone would do that, but that is for charging the unit, which it just plugs into the side, and that's how it charges the unit. One thing that I do wish was included was some way to get this. I use mostly XLR adapters, so I actually had to order this separate. I will post a link down below on where you can get this, but this is just 3.5 millimeter for the transmitter to go into XLR female so that I can get this out of my mixer. So, okay, for the setup, there's really nothing to it. It's very basic. So again, this is your transmitter, so you're going to turn that on by the switch on the side, and you get channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, as you can see by that blinking light right there that is on channel 1. It'll stop blinking once I turn on the transmitter. You do see a battery indicator down here, so green means it's all the way full, 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%. You push this channel button in order to change the channel. It is nice that it changes colors, makes it a little bit easier to see, especially from across, the stage. I'm going to leave it just on channel 1. And then this plugs in to wherever you're trying to get this signal from. So a mixer or a sound guy or whatever. And again, remember, you have these adapters. If you need a TRS for stereo, you use this one, tip ring sleeve. Or if you just need a mono signal, which most of you will do with this one, you just get this guy and just goes on top here and screws in. Or you can use that cable that I mentioned earlier with the XLR. So now on your receiver, plug the earbuds in up here. Flip this side to turn it on. And you'll see it's on channel 1. And you can see now that it's on channel 1 that this one now is a solid color. So when I turn it off, it's blinking because it's saying it has not found a signal. Turn it on, and now they're paired and they're ready to go. Again, push the channel button to change to a different channel on here. So if you move to channel 5, you need to move to channel 5 on this one. And now they're paired again. And again, you do have a battery indicator down here, just in the same as you have this one. The volume control is right here. You either have up or down. So as you're playing, if you need more volume, push up here or push down right here. There's not an indicator for it, but I mean, you don't really need an indicator. You'll be able to hear if it's loud enough. That is basically it. Easiest setup ever. I mean, it is super, super basic. All right, specs in 30 seconds or less. So this is a 2.4 gigahertz wireless system, which I'm going to address here in a minute. You can run one of these to multiple receivers if you want to have the same mix. Battery life is 5 to 6 hours. The working distance is 65 feet, which is a little bit less than most of them, but I think that's okay, as I'm going to explain in a little bit. And you have 6 different channels to choose from. All right, so as far as pricing, so when I originally looked at this product, it was actually $100. As of the time of filming this, it's $140. So it fluctuates kind of between there. So I'm just going to say $120. Might be up 20, might be down 20. Watch for sales. Either way, it's still a great deal for how much stuff you get with this. So this literally has everything that you need, except for that XLR cable, which I will post a link down below on where you can purchase that as well, which isn't very much money. So it is on the 2.4 gigahertz systems. So I am working on a video just explaining 2.4 because I don't want to explain it in every single video that I do because I review a lot of 2.4 products. The only problem with it is that it can get congested because it's the same frequency as like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even like garage door openers use it. So it can be a very congested network, which means you can get dropouts because all the channels can be taken. Not always the case, you know, most of the time you're still able to use it. The way that you can make 2.4 work better for you is if you make sure that you leave the transmitter and the receiver away from Wi-Fi routers or Bluetooth things and stuff like that. Is definitely a way to improve the chance of 2.4 gigahertz working. Okay, so as far as my experience with this, I've been using this over the last couple of weeks. I did a couple of acoustic sets and a couple of rock sets with it. I also let another guitar player friend of mine borrow it at a show. Both of us were really impressed with how good it sounded. It really does sound good. It was completely usable. I did use the stock earbuds as well because I did want to test those out. You know, I do have just the earbuds that I have. You know, I have $1,000 custom molds. If you aren't familiar with custom molds, I did a whole video of documenting me and my wife going through that process. But I use these and they're completely usable. It was, you know, when I plugged in, set up, and was ready to go, I was like, oh, this sounds good. You know, it's a little brighter. So like I EQ'd just a tiny bit out of the high end and that was it. I got through the show. It didn't stand out to me like, oh my God, these sound awful, which to me is the most important tone test. You can sit there for hours listening A, B in a studio. To me, it's if you go, you use it live and it sounds fine, sounds usable, sounds similar to what you're used to, then use it. But there are, you know, some limitations to it, which leads into the pros and cons that I want to get into. So for the pros, this thing is insanely portable. It's so compact and easy to use. I mean, you know, this is the case that it's in. You carry this with you and set it up. I mean, it's just so nice. It's really portable. Very easy to use, very easy to set up. It's also insanely affordable. I mean, if you're trying to get into wireless in your monitors, you definitely can afford to dip your toes into it at this price. It's also very light. I mean, it's super light. Some people might think of that as a con, but you know, this is the receiver that lives on you. I mean, it is so light. You can tell that it's kind of more plasticky. So you might think of that as a con, but for me, it's also really nice that it literally felt like nothing was on my belt. This one almost just feels weightless. I like that about it. Okay, so as far as the cons, you can get clipping if you're getting like too hot of a signal. There's no way to set it from like mic line or aux or instrument or anything like that. So just make sure you're not sending too hot of a signal to it. I'm not a great singer, so I have my vocals pretty hot in my in-ear mix. And sometimes when I would get right on the microphone, it would kind of clip. So just make sure you just watch the volume, make sure it's not too hot. As far as the 2.4 gigahertz stuff, it does not respond very well with other 2.4 devices. One of the things about wireless is that if you use too much of it all at once, you have to have more expensive gear because the more expensive stuff has more frequencies that it can find a clear channel on. I used these when we had 3 wireless mics, 2 wireless guitars, and 3 wireless in-ear monitor systems, and this was one of them. But I also have a wireless system. We have an iPad that has our click track in it, and that goes wirelessly into our mixer, which again, that's why I'm so obsessed with wireless. I literally have a wireless for the iPad to get to our mixer for a click track. Pretty silly. I love having no cables on stage. The system was fine until I added that last one. When I added that last 2.4 gigahertz system that for the click, that's when it started cutting out. So I switched the iPad wireless just to a long cable, and it worked fine. So if you already have a loud 2.4 going on, this one will be more likely to give you dropouts in that situation. And the last con was that from my guitar player friend who borrowed it, he said he accidentally bumped it and it would change the channel. He said that happened twice on him. That didn't happen to me at all the times that I used it. He said he would accidentally bump it sometimes and change the channel. So just watch out for that. So I've reviewed a ton of cheaper products for, musicians on a budget, and finding good stuff for musicians to use that aren't going to break the bank. The thing that I've noticed about doing all of these reviews, some people don't know how to manage their expectations when they buy cheaper stuff. So in all of my videos where I review cheaper stuff, I do have to do a little come to Jesus moment and explain to you guys, you have to understand the value of what you're getting. My Sennheiser system, it has 1,700 channels that it can find a clear channel on. This one has 6. The Sennheisers are 1,000. This one's about 100, 120. The range of my Sennheiser system is about 300 feet with line of sight. This one is 65 feet. Do you need that range? Are you running across, the stages back and forth? Are you running into the crowd? Are you doing something like that? Or are you doing like, kind of an acoustic set and you're not that far away from the transmitter or the receiver? You do have to just understand that if you're going to spend 1/10 the price of, kind of entry level, Shure or Sennheiser systems, you do have to understand that it has its limitations. Still completely usable. Understand the limitations. And then I know that I'm going to get asked this, what does it compare to the Xvive U4 system? So I did a whole video on that one as well, as you can check out. They're both great systems. They are very similar products. They're both portable, 6 channels, 2.4 gigahertz, stuff like that. The Xvive one's double the price of this, so this one is half the price. So budget-wise, that's something to consider. If you need more range, battery life is fine for both. They both can get you through a 4 or 5 hour set. The thing that I like about the Xvive one, it has a switch to switch between like line and aux input. So that helps control the impedance. You don't have that with this system. But not everyone needs that, I do like it's also XLR, so I don't need any adapters in order to get an XLR signal. If you don't need any of those extra features from the Xvive one, I would go with this one. If you do need some of those extra features, I would check out that one if you can afford it, because again, it is twice the price. Both of them are great, in my opinion. It's up to you to make that decision. Okay, so who is this for? So I really think this is very valuable if you play in like an acoustic act or something like that, or even like practicing at home, practicing acoustic and vocals and stuff like that. I did gig with this with, distorted guitars and drums and everything like that, and it still sounded fine. It's still completely usable. I do think it is definitely better if you don't have to go like long ranges and long distances across the stage, because again, it says 65 feet. So if you don't have to go very far from your in-ear monitor system, I think it's a great system. Also, if you're not using a ton of wireless, especially 2.4 already, I think this is also a good system for you to get. That's true for cheap stuff in general. If you have a lot of wireless, you usually have to buy more expensive stuff in order to prevent dropouts. So if you're new to in-ear monitors, I think this is actually a great place to start out, as long as you realize, you might get a dropout and it might be the signal's a little too hot. Those are the main 2 things to keep in mind. But I mean, this comes with earbuds. It comes with literally everything you need, except for an XLR adapter if you need it. 100, 120 bucks, 140 bucks, whatever it's at right now. That's completely reasonable to start dipping your toes into in-ear monitors for sure. So over the weekend, over the weekend that I'm filming this, 2 weekends ago from when this comes out, I had like 6 shows over that weekend. It was a really busy weekend. One show was amazing. I played for 50,000 people probably were there. It was amazing. It was an awesome show. 2 days before that, I did a solo set and I literally played to nobody for 45 minutes. And then people started trickling in. We all post, our amazing shows on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. If you look on my Instagram, the 50,000 person picture is on there, but the empty restaurant that I played 2 days before was not on there. Sometimes it's the way it goes in the music industry. I knew that show was going to be a big one and there'd be thousands of people watching us. Did I bring this system to that? No. I brought my Sennheisers to my acoustic sets that I did that week. I brought these partially to test them out for this channel. I always make sure to test out my gear before I post about it. It worked great. I didn't have a problem with that. The other thing that's funny about that show is that my guitar player, he normally has a Shure PSM system, which I reviewed as well. It's a great system. He dropped it and it and it stopped working in the middle of the show. So we needed a backup. So since I have the Xvive and I have this one, this is in one of my rigs, and then the Xvive one is in the other rig. And I always have one of these as a backup. For that gig, I had the Xvive one, but I let him borrow that and it had no problem. So especially as a backup option, you know, if you really need in-ear monitors, that's another reason why I'm going to use it. So if you already have a really expensive in-ear monitor system, using one of these as a backup is also another great option. And again, purchase links are down in the description down below. But if you don't want to purchase it, again, I've got an extra one. Thank you to Kimafun for sending me 2 of them so I can do a giveaway on this channel. I do want to do more giveaways on this channel, actually. I did that for another product. I love reviewing gear, and I love, you know, I can give to my subscribers. It's cool to see the growth of this channel, and I really appreciate you guys, and it's cool to be able to give you guys something back for that. So I'd appreciate that. So all you got to do is just leave a comment down below. You do have to be a subscriber, so when I do the drawing, you know, if you're not subscribed and you leave a comment, it won't count. If you leave a comment down at the bottom of this video, just whatever, you know, you can say pickles or stuff. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my mind, but you know, you can leave a comment that says whatever. Anyone who leaves a comment under this video over the next week after this video comes out will be entered for the drawing. So if you're watching this in the future, the video comes out July 12th. Is that right? Is that when I have it scheduled? Yeah, so this video comes out July 12th, 2022, and the contest will wrap up on July 19th, 2022, where I'll do the drawing. So good luck, and thank you guys again for subscribing so I can do more videos like this. So that's basically it. If you guys found this video helpful, please do me a favor, just hit the thumbs up button. It does a ton to help out the YouTube algorithm, recommend my video to more people, so I'd really appreciate it. Again, purchase links are down in the description down below. So also leave a comment down below if you guys know of any other cheaper gear that you want me to check out. If you do know of any other cheaper wireless in-ear monitor system than this, leave a comment down below as well, because I'm definitely interested in checking that out. I believe I'm going to be reviewing another product from them and doing another giveaway. Thank you again to Kimafun for sending me this product, and don't forget to subscribe and to see the next video when it comes out, where I'll be doing another giveaway. So check out some of my other videos by clicking the links on your screen now. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social media pages at Scott Ewell Music on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Again, don't forget to leave a comment before July 19th, 2022, where I'll be doing the giveaway for this system. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.